Well, hello there, everyone. How you doing today? I just wanted to take a moment to say that my neighborhood sucks now. It really sucks. It's so disappointing because when I moved in here, it was actually a pretty nice place. I live on a long road called Mill Plain, and it used to have mills and plains. It was basically just open fields on most of it. And as you see the sirens start up, once again, we've got a dog down the way that just barks consistently. There's some neighbor dog down there that they basically just leave in the backyard to consistently bark all day long. And people have said in the past, why don't you make more videos, outside and in the back? Well, this is why. Because every single time I do, I'm interrupted by fucking sirens and dogs and annoyances. And I know I'm complaining. Some people don't even have a yard. Some people live in the middle of a city where it's much worse and sirens are 24/7. But, that's not really the point, I guess. We can only base things on our own experiences. And I moved into this house. We bought this house 17 years ago. Still making payments on it, mind you, and still owe a majority. But I should say, agreed to buy this house 17 or 18 years ago. And it was pretty quiet, and since the since a lot of more apartments have come up, they've been springing up all over, up and down. And there's a huge old folks home way down there that opened up where there used to be an airport. When we first moved in, there was a huge field and an airport, and now it's just all buildings. Everything across the street, everything is buildings. And I'm grateful to have what I have, but I also believe that I guess we have to determine what we're willing to endure in our lives. And for a lot of folks, they can live in the city and live the city life. I'm not even on the city, I'm in the suburbs. A lot of people can live that life and make it work and be content. They can go into a cubicle and work a 9 to 5 job and then come home and just have the average life, if you will, for a businessman. I could never do that. And it's more and more difficult for me to find my way and navigate some of the chaos out there. My wife and I have been talking about moving. Of course, I've mentioned this. We've been looking for land in Kentucky, very far away from the West Coast where I live. And it's because it's the most affordable place where I could get, 50 acres and a mule and a barn and a house and have all this land to work on. Really, I just want privacy and quiet. I just want to be able to walk out on my back porch without seeing neighbors, take a deep breath, and relax. And I'm willing to sacrifice a lot for that, as far as the conveniences of living near the city or, in a town with a grocery store you can walk to, that kind of thing. To not have to listen to that fucking dog and the neighbors' weed eaters and the sirens consistently. And we have a fire station about 3 blocks away, 2 blocks actually. But you can't escape these things unless you're willing to take a risk. And moving out into a place where there's nobody, of course, there's different risks. There's other issues. My kids are at the age now where I want to take them and give them that experience of being able to live in a place that's quiet and to have more time to kind of reflect and, have fires in the backyard, that kind of thing. I do have a yard here, but I'm surrounded by people. And I like my neighbors for the most part. It's not like I have an issue in the neighborhood. It's just noises of the world, And they've just become worse and worse. And at the same time, I'm getting older and I'm getting less and less patient with bullshit. It's just the way it is. You get to a certain point in your life where you're like, okay, I'm not into the noisy chaos that I was when I was younger. And this is something that comes to all of us, And you find some solace in just that peace and quiet. And I've always been the person who loves to go backpacking, hiking, and get away from the city. But I'm finally ready to move away from it. So those are just some of my thoughts, just my complaints. I just don't like the noise. It's so funny because it's been perfect since I started this. The dog was barking at first, and then the kids were screaming. Then there was the siren started up like right away, and now we've got the typical airplane flying over, which actually don't really mind. We had some jet fighters fly over earlier. We have the Portland airport's like just 5 miles away, so it's gonna happen. And during windy times, all the planes have this low flying. They changed their flight path because of the wind and the weather, so they're just cranking all day long, like super low out here. It's just, you just deal with it, but you don't have to. So I'm gonna get away from it, and once I do, I'll be stoked to be able to go out and make videos on my property, go roam around and explore and share things with people and my family, and be able to take the kids out and explore our own woods, that kind of thing. Maybe have a pond or a stream. A man can dream. So join my Kickstarter for my land. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you all next time. And yeah, if you got any acreage for sale, let me know. Peace.